Thanks for tuning in. I'm Amanda Fitzpatrick, and Nightcap starts right now. Shot number 5 is happening right now. Authorities in Kenya are working to put an end to a 2-day standoff with an al-Qaeda militant group. At least 68 people have been killed in what is being called a terrorist attack at a Nairobi mall. We now know that the nephew of Kenya's president also died in the attack. More than 100 others have been wounded. Today, the president and prime minister visited a hospital where some of the victims were being treated. And CNN has just reported 3 of the alleged attackers are from the U.S. The al-Qaeda-linked group, by the way, Al-Shabaab, claimed responsibility for this gruesome attack. And we just learned Kenya's military says that most hostages have been rescued. But this scenario is far from over.
I feel the pain of every life we have lost and share your grief at our nation's loss.
Police and military officials still surround the upscale mall in Nairobi where a gruesome shooting took place Saturday. Kenya's president said the attackers are still inside the mall, holding people hostage.
They shall not get away with their despicable and beastly acts.
Kenyan officials confirm several gunmen are isolated in one area of the mall and believe they can neutralize the situation. However, Al-Shabaab militants vowed they will not negotiate with Kenyan authorities. Soldiers are keeping watch outside the mall with the help of Israeli special forces. President Obama also reached out to Kenya's president Sunday, offering his support in bringing the terrorists to justice. Those who escaped the carnage all had dramatic stories to tell.
Bullets were running over my head.
He shot at my head, but luckily it hit the wall behind me.
Also among the survivors was American Elaine Dang. The Cal Berkeley graduate managed to walk away from the shooting, but was injured. Other survivors await critical care for their injuries. Kenya's president visited the injured at their hospital beds.
Be strong.
Yeah, I am.
Huh? You will be fine.
Words Kenya intends to follow as authorities try to bring the gunman to justice and survivors try to recover.
The names of the gunmen involved in the attack were listed on Twitter. The State Department is still working, though, on trying to confirm that information, but said they are well more than confident that American citizens were involved. Shot number 4. One teen driver is allegedly behind bars after the car he was driving crashed into that house, the one you see there. The accident happened early this morning on North Mesquite Street in Arlington. According to the homeowner, 4 teens were inside the car. That's when it left the roadway and crashed through a bedroom wall of a quadplex. The bedroom belonged to one of the homeowner's son. Nobody was injured in this incident. Now, the driver, though, by the way, was arrested and is reportedly charged with a DWI. Shot number 3 is running low. The state supply of an execution drug is almost gone. Officials at the Department of Criminal Justice have not said what they plan on doing when it finally goes out. Well, one thing's for sure, reports say they will not switch from the drug, which is called pentobarbital, which has, by the way, been hard to come by in recent years since some of the suppliers have banned their use for executions. And just a note, since 1982, Texas death row, by the way, has been the busiest in the nation, carrying out the punishment for more than 500 inmates. Shot number 2 is Operation Brick and Mortar. That's what the Dallas police are calling their sting operation, which is supposed to take Johns off of the streets. So far, though, it seems to be working. Part of what police are doing is posting fake ads, or as they call them, undercover ads on the website Backpage.com. Now, they're trying to lure those unsuspecting Johns, some promising them a hot date, but instead the guys will meet an officer and go straight to jail. Now, the other ad is a little misleading, well, a lot misleading. It will list a hot title, kind of like this: brunette doll, petite body with the measurements. Then once the person clicks on the ad, well, guess what? They will see the warning from police that you see right there. And this is what it says. Some of them say some ads will be a warning such as this one. Other ads will be real, and that the person you meet will be a real undercover police officer. You are not anonymous, and your location and IP address has just been logged. Yeah, the latter is meant to scare off guys as well. When they see that, it makes them think twice before arranging a meeting with the prostitute. By the way, between June and August of this year, Operation Brick and Mortar has resulted in 118 arrests. Shot number 1, what to do next? After another closed-door meeting this past week, the Dallas ISD School Board made no decision on what to do with Superintendent Mike Miles. Now, the board will meet one more time at the end of this month to talk about possible consequences for Miles. Remember, earlier this month, an investigation found that Miles violated district policy when he spoke badly about school board members in public, and then interfering with an investigation into those actions. Now, Miles was denied any wrongdoing. I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens next. Now, your bonus shot is some high-tech goodness. Dallas-based Chili's Grill and Bar. Well, guess what? They announced this week it's going to install tabletop computer screens. These tabletop-like devices take menu orders, they accept credit card payments, and they're compatible for playing video games. The screens made by local company Xeox won't be up and running until next year. And it also turns out, believe this, it's crazy, diners spend more with these tabletop computers. In nearly all of the test markets, dessert and coffee sales increased by 20%. And the good news for, well, the waitstaff is that their tips were bigger too.
Seems the government's been overstepping for too long now. Accessing our phone records, targeting tax forms of conservatives, even telling New Yorkers how much Coke to drink. But they may have finally gone too far. In Hawaii, they asked a woman to shorten her name so it fits better on her driver's license. Janice Lokelani Keihana Ikukawa Kahihulihe E Kahauna Ele. Yes, that's her last name. 35 letters long. So long, in fact, her county driver's license showed up with no first or middle name, and just part of her last. It's made traveling difficult and raised eyebrows on traffic cops.
He looked at it and he goes, well, where's your first name? And I said, don't blame me. This is your department. This is the county.
Janice calls the county government's suggestion she drop her last name disrespectful of the Hawaiian people. Plus, she says it's the only thing she has left of her deceased husband. But good news for Janice. The county decided to extend the letter limit on driver's license names to 40 characters. In a state where names like Keihana Ikukawa Kahihulihe E Kahauna Ele are as common as Smith, it's about time. Now, if we can just get the feds to stop tracking where we go online and who we call on the phone. Yeah, good luck with that.
He was known as the Hammer, but was convicted of money laundering. Up next, we've got the interesting turn of events for this former congressman. Also, it's good and bad news when it comes to the Texas unemployment rate. We've got the numbers coming up. Nightcap is just getting warmed up, so stick around.